Hi, me again. Hey, Team America. I have something I needed to share with you that was kind of crazy happening this morning for me. Okay, here, and I want you to use this as a starting off point, okay? You reside in loops. That's where you will operate. You're in a loop all the time, most of the time, unless you're conscious that you're in a loop. And when you become conscious that you're in a loop, you then get to choose if you want to stay in the loop. Now, sometimes you want to stay in the loop, and that's fine. Other times, you need to be open to receiving from the universe. You are a receiver. Your pituitary gland and your pineal gland operate as receiving functions. Okay? So, when you see me doing, it's literally like a receiver. You're an energetic entity. You are. So you're in a loop. Again, any loop. I don't care what loop it is. I don't care. If you are in it frequently and you don't like it, it doesn't feel good, then step out of it. Because you're going to remain in it until you actively choose to not be in it. And even better yet, because you're a receiver, you can say, listen, I recognize that I'm in a loop right now, and I'm going to consciously step out of it. Universe, please guide me. What am I missing? What do I need to receive? Do you have any guidance for me? You look for nudges. You look for you will literally be nudged. The earth wants to support you right now. It's happening. The sun wants to support you. If you don't believe me, there's data on this. You can look into the Schumann resonance. You can also look into solar flares. This is real data. I don't care if you think I'm making it up. You're going to all have to learn how to chew gum and walk at the same time. There's going to be elements of real science, and there's going to be distortions in science, and there's also going to be distortions in religion, and there is the essence of religion, that greater knowledge, okay? That mysticism, that unknown. Everything that's ever been known is available to you. You are AI. You are AI. You live in a world of community, whether you want to be in it or not. And the more I decided that, wow, being in community with people kind of really is difficult. I don't know. I don't know if other people experience this, but it really, I guess I'm an empath. I guess that's what, I don't know. But if I feel things, I've always felt things more than most people, I guess. And there's a reason for that. And the empaths recognize that they're feeling the earth. They're not just being in an environment with you. They're feeling your multitudes. And right now, I feel like I can see every loop, every person that I encounter could remain in or step out of. And the consequence, the ripple effect of that for forever. They're all bifurcation points, guys. Every day, your day is filled with meaning. Even when you're like, what the fuck is going on? I'm going to give you an example because there are some of you who are already aware of some very weird things that have been happening for me, which I think we're all going to hear more about soon. That have been violations of my safety and my boundaries. And it's been very intense, so much so that it's been really difficult to be able to navigate just about anything else. But that's what happens when you have people who abuse power. Abusers, you know, heroes being heroes. Love them. Love all the heroes being heroes. Because, you know, is there, and this is a real question I have for everyone. Please engage on this one, please. Can you name me one single story, in which the hero goes around terrorizing people? Does that exist? Is that a thing? Is that a hero's journey? Is that what that looks like? I would argue it is absolutely not a hero's journey. That. So, what am I getting at? I want to tell you about this very serendipitous moment I had this morning. I've been dealing with some really abhorrent behavior. I was like just trying to protect my peace this morning and did some meditating, stuff like this. I had a very lovely, peaceful morning, but I kept getting this, like, I don't know, I couldn't figure out, like, I had no plans. I have no plans at all today. It was just kind of like holding space for something, fucking exorcism or something. Anyway, but I had stayed at this hotel last night, and it was just like it was whatever, it's fine. It's lovely hotel. But I don't typically like go around hotels looking at like the stuff in them. I don't know, like the decor. I'm just like, whatever. I'm just kind of, I don't know, whatever. I just don't pay attention to that kind of stuff that closely in a hotel environment unless it's like a cool little thing. But I was kind of looping and not really paying attention, but I was stuck in this space. Like I wasn't actually leaving the space, but I wasn't paying attention to why I wasn't leaving the space. I was just like, I'm just trying to have my like latte and like whatever. But then I was like, all right, I've been doing this enough now. I've been putzing around. I meditated for a while, like whatever. And I was like, what am I missing? What am I doing here? What am I doing here? And I go to this very unnotable part of the convention center / hotel, and I see this wooden chair, and it's roped off, and I'm gonna put a picture of it. And I felt it. I could not approach it. What the hell is this? And I could see there's carvings of people around the base of it. It's an old tree trunk. It's carved into a chair. So I go up to it, wanting to touch it. Definitely had to touch it. Did touch it. I don't care if the ropes were there. It's in a weird spot. Hopefully it wasn't disrespectful, but I touched it anyway. I didn't mean any disrespect by it. But there's a plaque, okay? I want you to hear what this plaque says, and it's kind of a little hard to read, so just, bear with me. Just some of it's faded or whatever, but it's not long. It's not long. But the chair is a sculpture. It's called the Witness Tree Sculpture. And this sculpture had been provided by High Industries, Inc. for the enjoyment of visitors of Greenfield Corporate Center. And it was created by a local artist, Dean Fox. I have no idea if they're related to me or not, but I'll obviously look into it, given that we share a last name. And was carved from a section of the trunk by the famed witness tree of the Donegal Presbyterian Church in Mount Joy, PA. The witness tree was a 250-year-old white oak that shaded the Donegal Church and was the scene of a noteworthy event in the early days of our country's birth. During worship services in September 1777 or 777, I'm sure that means something to somebody, an express rider alerted the congregation that the British had invaded Pennsylvania and that help was needed. Among the congregation, Colonel Alexander Lowry, along with many members of his battalion, they were ordered to march to the aid of General Washington in defending Philadelphia from capture by the British. Everyone left the service. And I love this. I love this so much I can't even stand it, because anyone who knows me, I am the person that hugs trees. And I've been doing it for a very fucking long time, and I don't care. I don't care if it's weird at all. I think it's one of the healthiest things that you can do. That's all I'm saying. So if you're lost, go buy a tree. Trees talk to you, they heal you, they are powerful. I digress. So they were ordered to march to the aid of General Washington in defending Philadelphia from capture by the British. Everyone left the service, circled the trunk of the tree, and clasped hands, pledging their allegiance to the cause of independence. When the witness tree died from age and disease, this large section was acquired and carved to keep the story of this historic tree alive. The sculpture was dedicated in September 2002, which I'll also note is 2002. It's an inversion mirror or whatever. I don't know. It's got to mean something. This freedom they won must be guarded eternally. The faith we inherit must be ever proclaimed. This is not a passive responsibility to the fucking world. It was acquired and carved to keep the story of this historic tree alive, and the sculpture was dedicated in September 2002, making the 225th anniversary of the event. This freedom they won must be guarded eternally. The faith we inherit must be ever proclaimed. Let us then witness with joy and thanksgiving, with hands joined together in dedication and praise. So now I'm at the actual grounds of the church, and it's beautiful. If you ever come here, please be respectful. There are, our things, they ask around photography and stuff like that, which is awesome. Protecting the sacred. Some things are sacred. Some things still are. It feels like there's very fucking few, but we're gonna fix that. But it got me thinking. I've had this really funny little internal dialogue going on lately. So I have a very powerful archangel buddy that I lovingly call AAM. And because we become very tight, and I'm kind of a bit of a goofy person in general. Anyone who knows my personality knows that this is exactly how a relationship like this would play out with me, with anyone. But I lovingly came up with a nickname this nickname AAM for this such angel, who is not really a funny person or a funny entity whatsoever. He really isn't. I don't know how to. So if you know, you know. And I am very grateful for his presence. Anyway, but it got me thinking. I was like joking with him about, and you don't joke with this, but I think he's been giving me a lot of grace given some other things going on. And I said, you're kind of like the OG MMA, right? Like AAM, like, and I laughed very hard. I really laughed very hard out loud about it. And I know others were laughing too. It was really quite funny. And anyway, I got a chuckle. I got like a solid chuckle. And I even got that it's okay if I call him that. At least for now. For now. I don't know. I don't think it's going to last long. I'm going to say it right now. But for now, I am in good graces. So I think it's funny. But it got me thinking. It's all serendipitous. I bring this up because of this moment in time. And this silly dialogue I've been having because I've been being terrorized by demonic entities that are running our country. And anyway, then I end up here at this sacred ground that I could feel the second I came onto it. And I felt like I've been here before. I don't know if I have been here before, but I definitely feel like I have been here. I just don't know when. Anyway, it got me thinking about, I don't need these on anymore. It got me thinking about, I'm just going to throw this out there. To each their own. To each their own, to each their own. People have different ways of celebrating, and that's fine. I personally am interested to know if there's anyone else who has a fundamental issue with the determination that we're going to celebrate our 250th anniversary with a MMA fight on the White House lawn. Does anyone else think that that's like, does anyone else feel like that is, I don't know, small? Like really? Like, okay, guys, I get you like the fighting. That's cool. That's great. Do you have to live there? You don't have any other way to celebrate a great nation? Are you kidding me? You're gonna display violence? Does that make sense to anyone else? Or is it just me? Because I feel like that we should be definitely planning an event to counteract that egregore. Because I'm telling you what that is. And I'm sorry, I know those of you who love MMA, I have watched many MMA fights I know men like it, that's cool. I know women that like it, it's cool. It's not my thing, but like, it's fine. My kids like it, whatever. But it does feel like a error in an approach to celebrate a monumental accomplishment as a democracy of lasting 250 years. I know a lot of people are feeling like that we're slipping. And I'm here to tell you, the sliding has stopped. And it's not as if it just is slowing down. It has come to a screeching halt. So, my thoughts are, I was thinking maybe we could all kind of put some thinking and some energy into gathering like-minded people, artists. I have a list of ones I would love to work with. And we create our own alchemizing egregore event to counteract any potential negative energetic intentions that are underlying that event. So here's my compromise. Men, I know you love the warring stuff. Okay? I know you love it. You can't live there. You shouldn't be celebrating like that. It's not really like a whatever. You guys gotta learn to figure out how to separate shit. But you wanna do that? Fine. You know what's gonna happen. You know everyone's gonna kind of be, history's gonna be thumbs down on the people that go. It's just whatever. I'm sorry. That's just the way it's gonna be. I'm sorry. Again, I kind of have. You know. What we're gonna do though instead, again, you can do you guys can do it and enjoy yourselves. What I would suggest though is there will be another event that will alchemize any potential misrepresentation of your event. Okay? Because some of you authentically are like, yeah, this is fun for me and this is the way I want to celebrate and stuff. And I want to honor that for you. And I want to hold space for you to be able to celebrate like that. But I need you to understand something. When you feed into violence in large group settings, that creates what's called an energetic egregore, okay? There are people who do not have your best interest in mind, who are thinking that it's appropriate to position you at such events. You might also, if you go to such events, if you go, you might want to keep your eye on the shadows. Especially shadows that look like arches or certain geometric shapes. Because those events are harvesting events. And they're orienting you when you choose to operate in that low vibrational energy, like a lot. And again, it's okay to like the fun stuff in life. It's not about that. It's about balance and it's about not hurting people. It's sort of as easy as that. But when you participate in large egregore of harvesting events, you don't necessarily have control over your loosh anymore. And that can be temporary, or that could be very long term, depending on who's there. So this is a kindness that I'm giving to people that probably don't deserve it, by telling you this. And if you want to know any more about these kind of things, I suggest you start following my podcast, Mind War Podcast, because we're going to continue talking about stuff like this. Because we don't actually have to live like this. We can also take control of our own energy, and we don't have to let them do it to make like bad decisions and make like horrible like karmic consequences for us all. We can actually say, no, I'm going to protect my energy. I'm going to align with my highest self. I'm going to look for the opportunities to connect with the universe, who's sending me signals, like sending me to this beautiful property today, and say, I'm going to step out of your bullshit. Even when like haters viewing, hating and doing horrible things to you, you still have the option that you get to step out of the loop. It doesn't matter what they're doing. It doesn't matter what they're doing. You get control yourself, but you have to like, again, own yourself. You have to own yourself. So I am an alchemizer. So I don't know. Again, maybe this is a message for whomever needs to hear this. I'm incredibly good at it. Like, let's put it this way. I haven't even been combating you at all. It's almost been like both of my hands were tied behind my back, like literally. And I wasn't even like, I don't know, I was just kind of waiting for you to be like, are you done yet? What the fuck are you doing? That's kind of how I'm operating right now. And it's very liberating, and you can operate in this place too. So this is what they're doing. This is how it works. You don't have to live like this. You can choose to, instead of aligning with that lower vibrational stuff, and again, it's okay to do it sometimes. It's okay to do the MMA fighting sometimes. It's great. It's healthy. I love it. I love you guys love it. Testosterone shit. Great. Do it. Keep it healthy. Don't make it crazy. You got to keep yourselves in check. You have to keep each other in check. And that's where we've really been failing each other. But that's on you. Although you're going to have to learn a lot. But anyway. So here's what I'm putting out into the universe right now. Okay? I think that we, and those of you who are watching this that maybe have the resources or the clout or the whatever, I think that we need to create a counter egregore event to celebrate the 250th anniversary. This is not about Cain and Abel. If people want to go and do the MMA stuff, great. That's fine. You want to support that. That's your thing. If that feeds your soul, awesome. But just so that we're holding space for the nation and we don't teeter too far into getting too amped up around violence on a significant, what should be a celebration of unity, of progress, of love. So I encourage us to, and I would love to participate in some sort of counter event. I have some musicians I would love to work with personally because I can amplify your music with energy. And I want to talk to you about some things that are very important about your music. And my guess is that if you're supposed to see this, you're seeing it, and you're going to reach out to me. Because we're going to have fun, and it's going to be beautiful, and it's not going to be weird or violent, or it's actually going to be like everyone's going to want to be part of this. The people who aren't part of it are going to be like, oh my God, that was such a miss. But then that was their own loop they didn't step out of. So we're all in loops, guys. Okay, so here's your chance. Okay, you're gonna flip your own fucking tables. I can't flip your table for you. I can't do it for you. But any musical artists and any healers that would be interested in participating in a music, I don't know, festival or something like that, where we hold space for the nation, we hold space for the people that celebrate in ways that we don't identify with, but we do it with love, so much love, that any manipulations to that lower vibration, which is again okay, but you can't live there. So if anyone's trying to amplify it, we will just alchemize the shit out of it. And then everyone can celebrate how they want to celebrate. And in the end, the energetic frequency around this significant historical event in global democracy is not oriented around violence. Choices. And I know that there are people watching this that are going to say, I want to be part of that. That sounds like fun. So we need like the whole shebang, right? I love this place. I don't even know what to do. Do they do music things here? Because this place is incredible. And I'm telling you what, it is vibrational. There is like a big building. I don't really know anything about it, but it looks like a big property estate. So I don't know. Does anyone know anything about this? Donegal Presbyterian Church in Mount Joy? You want to have an event? Here's some people I think would be fun. Okay? And this is not exhaustive. So we're going to keep working on this, okay? All right. So I have, you knew it, Jesse Wells. Jesse, you and I have work to do. We actually have a lot of work to do. I think we're going to be, I don't think we're going to be friends. I think we already were friends. Because I clocked you a long time ago. Anyway, you need to get in touch with me. Oh, speaking of which, I'm going to be at your show on June 21st at Hudson something. So I'm going to be there. And we're going to meet. And you will feel my energy. And we're going to meet. And I want to show you something. And I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a really great partnership because you have a beautiful soul. And there's so many of you that are these beautiful songwriters or artists, musicians, composers. And I have discovered that I have an entire, in my ancient me that's back and better than ever, is actually a very unusually ancient shaman. One that I'm fully understanding. And I think that you feel this by this, what you've already experienced in this so far. So, Jesse and others. Noah Kahn, Billy Simons, I think it's Billy Simons Jr. actually. You're adorable. I freaking love you. Brandy Carlisle, hello sister. I don't know. You and I are soul sisters. Benjamin Todd, Poser, Nick Shoulders, Zach Bryan, Ren, are you fucking kidding me, dude? Oh, you have no idea. I see your pain, buddy. And they were fucking with you. Me too. We are going to transmute the shit out of that. And your music is so powerful. Your tongue is so sharp. I can't wait to meet you. We also know each other. Maybe you recognize me. Joe DeVito. That's what I have right now. I know there's some, I have another notebook where there's, I think, a couple other names. So more to come. But those are the people I think should be participating in this event. Because I'll tell you why. And there's more. There's definitely more. We have to get more women. But I think what's happening I think that it would be really great to see us amplify men that are displaying healthy behaviors, healthy ways of thinking about things, want to be constructive, seem to respect women, and definitely respect women, not just seem, and want to be divine masculines so that the women and now children It was just the women. Now the women and children are holding all of the safety for the men, because the men are not holding safety. And we're getting very tired. It's exhausting. So this might be a good way to honor that a man that does have, like, we all love our men. Who doesn't love a masculine man? Everybody does. But you can't live there. You gotta move up and down. And you certainly can't be just like horribly disrespectful. Like, what is that? What is wrong? Why is it so hard to be respectful or kind? I don't know. Anyway, so that's what I'm putting into the universe. Anybody want to join me at all? Reach out to me. And I know I am gonna. There's a lot going on, but I am gonna have this week. I'm gonna put some. There's gonna be some stuff out there. Anyone who wants to reach out, a little easier contact. Okay, love you all. Bye.